Hello students, welcome you back in the series of online classes, and our today's topic is hello students, welcome you all. In my previous video we have discussed permutations and combinations, in which we have discussed the topic counting principles. Now, on the basis of counting principles, you can solve your first exercise, that is exercise 7.1 of the chapter permutations and combinations. Some students have solved this exercise also. So, on the basis of counting principle discussed in my previous video, today I am going to explain the questions from exercise 7.1. So let's see the exercise 7.1, and the 7.1, our first question is, let's see the question, which is based on the counting principles which I have discussed earlier. The first question is that how many three-digit numbers can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5? The digits are given. The given digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means you have 5 digits. How many digits? 5 digits. And with the help of these 5 digits, you have to form 3 digits numbers. You have to form 3 digits numbers. In 3-digit numbers, you know that there are 3 places, ones, tens and hundreds. The question 1 says that when repetition of the digits is allowed. First question is saying that repetition allowed. And in second case, it is saying that repetition of digits not allowed. This is the question. So children, now apply the principle of fundamental counting or counting principles. Then with the given these 5 digits 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, you have to form 3-digit numbers, which I have expressed by having 3 places. And you have, in first case, you have to find the number of 3-digit numbers which will be formed out of these 5 digits when the repetition is allowed. So in that case, for this ones place, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 choices. You can put any one digit from the given 5 digits at the first place. Since the repetition is allowed, so again for second place also you have 5 choices, and for third place also you have 5 choices. So when the repetition is allowed, then total number of 3-digit numbers will be equal to 5 into 5 into 5, that is 125 numbers. So when repetition will be allowed, in total 125 numbers will be formed. Now the second question is, the repetition of the digits not allowed. So when the repetition will not allow, then you can have 5 choices for the first place. Since one digit you have put it here, cannot put at these two places. So for the second place you have 4 choices, and for third places you will remain with 3 choices. So total numbers formed, total numbers of 3 digit numbers will be 5 into 4 into 3, which is 60. So this is the question. When the repetition, this one was the first and this one for the second. 125 3-digit numbers will be formed when the repetition is allowed, and 60 numbers will be formed when repetition is not allowed. So in this way you can solve such type of questions. Now let's see the another question. See question number 2. The question number 2 is, how many 3 digits even number can be formed from the digits if the digits can be repeated? Okay, the numbers are here. In question number 2, the given digits are, what are given? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. If the digits can be repeated, you have to form 3 digits even number. Okay, how many 3 digits even numbers can be formed if the digits are repeated? Okay, since we have to form the 3-digit even numbers, you know that any even number always ends with the digit 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. It means the even number are those numbers of which the unit place digits are always 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. So in these given digits, 6 digits, out of these 6 digits, you can have at the ones place. Suppose this is your ones place, this is your tens place, and this is your hundreds place. So at the unit place you have 3 choices. At the unit place you must have to put 3 choices only, that is either 2, either 4, either 6. Then it will be only even numbers. And since repetition is allowed here, so now you can put any 6 digit at the remaining both places, because repetition is allowing. But unit place you have only 3 digits to be the 3-digit even numbers, which are 2, 4 and 6. So total number of 3 digits even numbers when repetition is allowed will be equal to 6 into 6 into 3, that is 36 into 3. So it will be 108 such numbers can be formed. 108 such numbers can be formed. In this way, this question has been completed. Now come to the question number 3. Question number 3 is, let's see question number 3. Question number 3 is how many 4-letter code can be formed using the first 10 letters of the English alphabet if no letters can be repeated? This is very simple question. In question number 3, you have to use first 10 letters of English alphabet. So first 10 English alphabets are right, first 10 A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. J, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the first 10 English alphabet. Okay. Now with the help of, you have to form 4-letter code. How many 4-letter code can be formed using the first 10 letters of the English alphabet if no letter can be repeated? The condition is that no letter is going to repeat. So, on the basis of counting principle, you can put 10 choices at the first place, but for second place you have 9 choices, 8 choices and 7 choices. So total number of 4-letter codes when repetition is not, when letters are not repeated will be equal to 10 into 9 into 8 into 7. It means 72 into 7. It means we have 5040 such letters. So in this way your third question is completed. Now coming to the fourth question also. Let's see the question number 4. Four is what? Question number 4 is saying that how many 5-digit telephone numbers can be constructed using the digits 0 to 9. The given digits are, first you write the given digits are 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Total 10 digits. When you count it all together, you will have 10 digits. With the help of these 10 digits, how many 5-digit telephone numbers can be constructed? You have to construct a 5-digit telephone number. Okay. If each number starts with the 6, 7 and no digits appear more than once, it means that the question is saying that every telephone number is going to start with the number 6 and 7. It means the first 2 places are filled already by the digit 6 and 7. Now you have to fill up the remaining 3 places out of these numbers such that repetitions are not allowed. Okay. No digits appears more than once. It means repetitions are not allowed here. So it means 6 and 7, 2 digits are already used from the given digits. So now you are remaining with 8 digits. Sorry, out of 10 digits, 2 digits are already used. So now you have only 8 digits. to fill this third place. So put it here 8. Thereafter you need 7 and 6. So total number of 5 digits telephone number starting with 67 equals to 8 into 7 into 6. It means into 6, that is 336. Such numbers can be generated, which will be a start from 67, and there will be no repetition of the digits. So this is the method by which you can solve this type of questions. Now let's see another question. Question number 5. Two more questions are left here. So let's see the question number 5. The question number 5 is saying that a coin is tossed 3 times and the outcomes are recorded. How many possible outcomes are there? A coin is tossed 3 times and the question is, question number 5, a coin is tossed 3 times and the outcomes are recorded. How many possible outcomes are there? Okay. Now suppose one coin is tossed 3 times or 3 coins tossed together, the outcome will be same. So suppose there are 3 coins. Let there are 3 coins, 1, 2, 3, and now you have to find the total outcome by tossing 3 coins or 1 coin 3 times. Either you toss 1 coin 3 times or 3 coins 1 time, the outcome will be the same. So when you toss this coin number 1 or any coin, you have 2 possible outcomes, either head or tail. So there will be 2 outcomes. Now again, if you toss these coins, coin number 2, then again there will be 2 outcomes, head or tail. Now when you toss the third coins, again there will be 2 outcomes. So this is the 2. So total outcomes will be equal to 2 into 2 into 2, that is 8. So when you tossed a coin 3 times or 3 coins at a time, you will have total number of outcomes will come 8. And if the question asks you what will be that outcome, so this is the method, students. Suppose your first outcome is head, head, head. Thereafter head, head, tail. Thereafter head, tail, head. Thereafter head, tail, tail. Now again you just change the first place. Tail, head, head. Just you change the first place. Tail, head, tail, 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 head, tail, tail, tail. So these are the 8 outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the 8 outcomes when you tossed a coin 3 times or 3 coins at a time. 8 outcomes. Here are I have mentioned the number of outcomes, and here are those outcomes which can be obtained while you toss a coin 3 times. So this is the method to do such type of questions. Now children, we are at the last question of this exercise. Exercise 7.1, and the question number is 6. So the question number 6 is, given 5 flags of different colors, how many different signals can be generated if each signal requires the use of 2 flags, one below the other? There are 5 flags. This is question number 6. The given number of flags equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means you have 5 flags. Okay, and you have to make a signal by using 2 different color, 5 flags of different colors, and you have to make a signal by stitching 2 different color of flags. So the question is asking how many such signals can be formed. Then you have to use 2 different color flags. You have to use the signal formed by 2 different colored flag, which are this and this. So for the first choice, you can have any out of these 5 flags. Okay, and for the second, you have 4 flags. So total number of signals using 2 different color flag will be 5 into 4 equals to 20 signals. 20 signals. And in this way, children, you can have the answer of this question. So in this way, you can solve this exercise. And here I have explained all the questions of this exercise. Now you are to do each and every question of this exercise by yourself, including the examples also, and practice some more question of this type from any other reference book like R.S. Agrawal or any other book. So practice it and try to get the concepts using behind solving this type of question. Okay, thank you.